right, guys, so continuing from our last video, we talked about the subset of the even numbers. The reason that this is a subset, A, is because the elements 2, 4, and 6 belong to B, but not all the elements of B belong to A, because A is missing the odd numbers, 1, 3, and 5. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is what's called the empty set. This is the set that contains no elements. You can also hear this referred to as the null set. So for example, if I asked you for the set when you roll a number greater than 6, it would be the empty set because you can't go higher than a 6 on a standard die. Next thing we're going to talk about is the union. The union is everything in both sets. You're going to see this referred to as A, and then our union symbol basically just looks like a U. So A union B. Now, what this is everything that belongs to only A, only B, and what they have in common. The key idea here about what they have in common, what you're going to notice is sometimes there's going to be some overlap. So I'm going to use the example, students in a class who are girls and students in a class who have brown hair. Now, what this would look like, the union of this would be students in the class who are girls without brown hair, students in the class who are boys with brown hair, and students in the class who are girls with brown hair. The reason why we have this group right here, students in the class who are girls with brown hair separately, is because if you count all of the girls, regardless of their hair color, and all of the people with brown hair, regardless of their gender, you're double counting students in the class who are girls with brown hair. We don't want to ever double count. That's why we treat them as a separate group. That's what they share in common. The intersection then is what the sets share, and only what the sets share. Our intersection symbol is really similar, so if we have U for union, basically we flip it over and that becomes our intersection symbol. So that's A intersection B. This is only what A and B have in common, and strictly just what they have in common. So if I take that same example, students in a class who are girls and students in a class who have brown hair, the intersection would be students in the class who are girls with brown hair. It's that overlapping group because it's what they share in common. The last thing that we want to talk about is the complement. The complement is everything outside of the set. Keyword here, everything outside, so it doesn't belong. We denote this as A prime, or you will also see it referred to as A with a bar over top. That's the other way that you can see this referred to. And I'm going to take the example this time, students in a class with brown hair. The complement would be all students who do not have brown hair. So blondes, redheads, black hair, purple, basically anything that is not brown hair. So that's the first part of probability that we're going to be talking about. Just a quick overview of all the vocab that you need.